one with Wes the Sports Guy here on YouTube and online all the time at westhesportsguy.com. Make sure you bookmark that site, westhesportsguy.com, for weekly reviews of the NFL and its weekly action. You've also got the NBA Finals just around the corner. They're about to get underway. The Stanley Cup Finals are just about over. I will have a recap of the action there. And also with the MLB Postseason, that's about to get underway as well. Make sure you bookmark westhesportsguy.com. You get all the social media links there as well. You get the podcast link. It's all conveniently located for you for your favorite sports guy at westhesportsguy.com. Getting right into it, it is time for the weekly playoff update.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Starting out in the Stanley Cup Final, the Dallas Stars and the Tampa Bay Lightning are heading into Game 5 tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, and any other time zones. Just basically check your local listings is how most people will say it. It's going to be on NBC or NBCSN when you are ready to watch that game in your time zone. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a 3-1 lead. They are 1 win away from clinching their second ever Stanley Cup championship against the Dallas Stars, and it's been a very, I shouldn't say one-sided affair, but it's been entertaining nonetheless. It's been a very competitive back and forth series between these two teams, and really the offenses have been just on fire of late for both sides. And in Game 4, with the final outcome being 5-4 in overtime for the Tampa Bay Lightning, it definitely was probably one of the more exciting games of the series. But like I said, every single one's been pretty good so far. This one tonight, Game 5, should be no different with that kind of exciting outcome. In the NBA Finals have not quite yet been set, but the Miami Heat are on the cusp of clinching it in the Eastern Conference. They have a 3-2 series lead now against the Boston Celtics. The most recent game, Game 5, with the Celtics winning that one. So Miami is still there. They're just 1 win away. Boston's starting to inch it a little bit closer now, going into Game 6. In the Western Conference, the Lakers are also 1 win away from clinching into the NBA Finals with a 3-1 series lead against the Denver Nuggets. But as recent history has shown, in these playoffs, the Denver Nuggets have come back from 3-1 series deficits against the Utah Jazz and more recently the Los Angeles Clippers to get to where they are now. So don't count them out until the game is actually over with and the Lakers being victorious. But as I said last week, I had the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat going into the NBA Finals when this whole thing started in the conference final setting. And in the beginning of the season, I did have the Denver Nuggets getting to the NBA Finals, but losing to what I thought was going to be the NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. That's not the case, but we shall see what happens after this week. And with the Major League Postseason just around the corner, basically every spot is just about wrapped up. And the main one that's been wrapped up for sure, the first 8 and only 8 spots with the expanded MLB Postseason this year, is in the American League. You have both the Tampa Bay Rays, Oakland Athletics, and Minnesota Twins there at the top at 1, 2, and 3, leading their divisions respectively, although there is kind of a 3-way battle for the AL Central between the Twins, the Cleveland Indians, and the Chicago White Sox. And then the other teams representing in the American League at 5 and 6 going into this Saturday's games of action. The New York Yankees, the Houston Astros clinching their spot yesterday with the result of a Los Angeles Angels loss to their first game of a 3-game set against the LA Dodgers. And then coming in at the 8th spot in the American League, clinching it just before the weekend, the Toronto Blue Jays are back in the postseason. In the National League, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers at the top. They've had a playoff spot for quite some time now. The Atlanta Braves just recently clinched theirs and also clinching their division. The Chicago Cubs are in a bit of a stalemate with the Central Division title as the Cardinals are still in it possibly for the division, but I would probably just chalk it up to the Cubs winning that division at some point in the not-too-distant future. The San Diego Padres clinched their spot as well, and also the Miami Marlins and Cincinnati Reds as of yesterday, Friday night, clinching their spots into the postseason. But as you see, the Cardinals haven't officially clinched yet. That's because they're in a battle with the Milwaukee Brewers, possibly the Phillies, and the Mets clinching a wild card spot. And then with the San Francisco Giants, if the playoffs were to start today, they would be the 8th spot in the National League. But still a few spots left over in the National League. But if I were to bet money right now, I would still say Cardinals would clinch a spot. And probably the 8th spot, I would give an edge to the Giants, possibly the Phillies. But hey, don't be surprised if the Brewers sneak up there. And really the Mets, why they're in there, just from a mathematical standpoint, that's the only reason. But I wouldn't even count them in as a possibility to clinch a spot in the MLB postseason. Time for my feel-good story of the week, and basically it's just to say thank you for continuing to check in and also subscribing, hitting that bell below here on all these videos, promos, all that good stuff. I thank you sincerely for constantly checking in, going to westsportsguy.com. Can't emphasize that website enough. A lot of stuff's going to get posted there in the not too distant future. But here, when it comes to the future of this channel right now, you're probably going to see a little bit more of me. And the reason being is that with the daytime job that I have, the Monday through Friday gig that I have, it's been, let's say, put on a little bit of a temporary hiatus. I'm hoping it's temporary. There's no guarantee of that right now. But if that is the case, then you'll probably see a little bit more of me here on this channel and also social media links, westsportsguy.com. I'll try to get some more of those podcast episodes. I know I've been promising a new one in the last couple weeks, but then with everything changing constantly, not so much with lockdowns and things of that nature, but just with the sports landscape, there's just been so many things happening that it's just kind of hard to, narrow it down to one topic. I'd like to bridge the gap and talk about many things on that podcast, but definitely more stuff will be coming down the pipe here in the not too distant future, as well as on this channel on YouTube. And I thank you sincerely for tuning in. Can't say that enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. Subscribe, hit that bell, share the video with your friends, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Hashtag one-on-one-West, bookmark westsportsguy.com. I can't thank you enough for tuning in, and I will see you next time.